Cancel.
Schweezy.
You've got problems, I've got none, because I'm here to save all of your relationship problems.
And I really like that.
This is what I'm here to do today and to save everything. So let's just get right into it. First question I got here. Boyfriend won't add me to social media.
That's rough, buddy.
Okay, my boyfriend and I have been together for a few months. Overall, things have been going fairly well. He and I communicate pretty well together and are both in agreement that we're in this for the long haul. We met each other's children, and I recently met his family. He is moving into my apartment at the end of the month. I live in California, so it's as much a financial decision as it is a personal one. Recently, he let me know he had 2 additional Instagram accounts, aside from the one that I was added to. Not a huge deal. I have 2 accounts, one personal, one for photography. But when I asked to be added to the other 2, he made it a huge deal. His initial excuse was that he never used them. The other day, I saw him adding a picture to that account, so I asked again. Again, I was being the problem, not him. He actually slept on the sofa last night because this has become such an issue. Do I personally have a reason not to trust him? No. Has he cheated in the past? Yes, he has admitted that he has been a serial cheater in every other relationship. Does this make me nervous? Of course. I'm old enough to know that just adding me to his accounts won't stop him from cheating if that is what he wants to do. I guess I'm just trying to figure out if this is a deal breaker and how to proceed. Aside from this, his actions have shown he's all about me.
That's rough, buddy.
See, here's the thing though. It's the situation I like to call what racist white people tell black people about cop interactions. If you did nothing wrong, you got nothing to worry about. Like, obviously, that's a problem. That's another problem. But this is a situation where that could probably go hand in hand. So. The idea is that he has 2 additional Instagram accounts. Now you said he's like, you obviously had a personal one for photography. That's kind of like a normal thing. You never explained what his other accounts are for. And obviously from what it sounds like, they're private. So that's always one to know. I guess I'm weird because I guess I'm more of like a public figure with podcasting and music and shit like that. So with that, for me, I'm just like, what are you trying to hide? And people, I'm like, oh yeah, not everyone's just shows their darkness all out in the open like I do every week.
Come on, Mark, don't be stingy.
So that's the thing though. Why does he have these 2 Instagrams? He's like, I don't use them that much, but you saw him adding a picture to that account, so he's obviously still using it. The thing is though. He is hiding something from you. That's the main thing. It does sound like he's hiding something. Maybe there's a couple things you could do. You could try to create a fake account and follow him, just to kind of get him off the trail, see if he does that or not. But there's a the Frank Ocean interlude called Facebook Timeline or something like that, where the guy's like telling a story about like. How he joined Facebook and he wouldn't add his girlfriend, and he's like, "Why would I need to add you? I'm with you right now." It's a weird story that I would play if it was not for copyright infringement. To be honest, but it's basically a story about how they were already on the outs anyway. It's a long story. Anyways, though. One, he's cheated in the past. He says he's cheated in every relationship. At what point, folks, at what point do you just should not allow someone to date? Like you've cheated on every relationship. This guy has some red flags. I don't trust this guy. Tell him he needs to tell you got to get a right answer onto why he's trying to hide this whole social media account from you and shit like that. Because if that's an issue right there. He's hiding something, and typically, if someone's hiding something, it's usually not good. So, yeah, I mean, don't hide things. That's a lesson for everyone. Don't hide things because people will find out anyways. All right, next question. Oh, when a guy prefers sex to blowjob, is it because the blowjob is bad? I recently noticed that every time I start giving my boyfriend a blowjob, we always end up having sex. I am not complaining, but I am worried that he does that because I am bad at it. There are sometimes he asks for it, but he never lets me blow him until he finishes. He always wants to switch to sex. Is there a reason for it? So there probably is a reason for it. However, I can't imagine any man would ask a woman to not give him a blowjob unless it's painful. So unless it's painful, it's not bad. However, I assume he does. I'm gonna make an educated guess here with your situation. He probably can't nut like from a blowjob. So he might have a hard time with that. Maybe he's on antidepressants or some shit like that. So he probably basically he's just having this massive boner and he probably can't come. Or I assume you sound like a really cool person who's made plenty of guys good. But damn, man, I wish I had a girl who's like, why doesn't it let me finish it with a blowjob? I'm like, all right, so maybe I don't finish. Like sometimes a lot of girls, like if you're not like coming fast, are like, all right, you got to do something else. No, this is a situation. Probably a lot of girls don't like finishing in their mouths or whatever. There could be good reasons. The cool ones do, but asking him may be a good idea. But if I'm gonna guess, and you don't want to have that conversation with him, I'm gonna guess he has a hard time finishing with a blowjob, and does the sex because he can finish with that or whatever. It's don't blame yourself. I guarantee. I don't know if you're a master at blowjobs. If you'd like to hit up the shwedcast@gmail.com, I'd be more than happy to give you a rating. But with that being said, though, I'm gonna say it's probably not your skills are bad. It's probably a him issue, probably not a you issue in that situation. So don't be stingy. Come on, Mark, don't be stingy.
Come on, Mark, don't be stingy.
There we go. I like that.
And I really like
Why do I just say the sound bites out loud? Why don't I just be normal and just do it the right way, I guess? I don't know. Oh, boy. But yeah, blowjobs are the best. I can't deny that. My boyfriend needs the whole house for alone time, and it's hurting me. I love alone time. I'm a huge fan of it, and he's my best friend. We connect on absolutely everything outside of this issue. This has been a reoccurring thing where he needs a little more alone time than I do, and that's fine. I'm happy to do my own thing while he recharges for this reason. We have separate bedrooms that act as safe spaces. I have my room, he has his. However, when he needs alone time, he requests the whole house to himself, and I thought, okay, that's fine. I'll just relax in my room with the door closed and do my own thing so he can have the living room, kitchen, etc. to himself. But he's insisting that doesn't work, that I need to be out of the house completely for at least a full day. I started taking day trips to my sister's and spending the night, but it's getting to the point where I can't relax in my own room because I feel like there's a time limit on how long I can be in the house before he needs me to leave. As an introvert with very, very few friends, this is draining me slowly. With the current circumstances, neither of us have a family, and I'm hitting depression hard. Struggling with my PTSD, I feel like my safe space is taken away from me. I don't have any place to go to completely relax. I don't understand why he needs the full house to himself if I'm agreeing to exist in just my room by myself, not coming out. So, I'm going to agree with you on this situation. It does, from what I'm looking at there, it does sound like he is insisting on way too much. First of all, I can't believe I'm the one saying this, but when you're in a relationship, you kind of have to put up with some things that you sometimes don't like. Apparently, I'm the one who's saying that now. I am the one here. He needs the whole house. He probably kind of has a situation where he does enjoy having the whole house to himself. every once in a while, but he needs to stop being stingy.
Come on, Mark. Don't be stingy.
And he needs to realize that he is living with someone and you're supposed to be in love. So he's going to have to agree. He's going to have to make a couple changes, insisting on the entire fucking house. I know I get that way. I like my alone time. I need my friend time and stuff like that. I'm an ambivert. If you doesn't know, it's like a little bit of mix of you're like an introvert and an extrovert. I just need a little bit of both. With with the lockdown, I got a lot of the alone time, but with the but now I'm gonna get a little more of the people time. Soon I'm working on that, so it's been a weird fluctuation. But him insisting on the entire house is a bit too much. That is a bit too much. Now, like, the room situation is fine. Like, yeah, he's going to have to accept that he can't get the entire fucking house to himself. That is just fucking ridiculous that he needs the entire house. The kitchen, the living room, I need it all to myself. I'm like, bitch, calm the fuck. Ho, shut the fuck up. That the whole house is unreasonable. Like, having a room to yourself, it's like, hey, I just want to spend some alone time with myself. I'm going to be in here for a while, okay? That's fine, make your own little space, put your Xbox in there, play some Fortnite, or you could set up where you could watch me stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/the Schweezy, and you can be inspired by my amazing Fortnite skills, and shit like that. That's something that you could learn to be a better player by just fucking watching me play Fortnite. Isn't that amazing that you could be a better Fortnite player just by watching me? But yeah, no, he's being the unreasonable one in this situation. Now, he will get the full house for himself. If you want to see your sister, take trips, to go visit people, like, maybe do that solo. That way he has his time. He'll get those moments of the house to himself so he can jerk off in any room in the house without your judgment. That's going to be a big situation going forward with your life. So... he's gonna, you share the house, but you have your own separate rooms. I feel like the room situation is fair enough. You can't have your cake and eat it too, but you can have a slice of cake. That's what I've kind of learned. You can't have the whole cake. You can take a slice. Take a slice for yourself,
And I really like that.
Okay. That's what I really have to say. Yeah, he doesn't need the whole house. He just needs his own fucking, the room should be fine. Okay. Ooh, this one's a good one. How do I tell my parents that I have a girlfriend? My parents are by no means homophobic and were very accepting of the fact that I was bisexual when I came out to them a few years back, but I've mostly been heterosexual relationships. This is my first relationship with another girl, and I just don't know how to tell my parents. It feels like coming out all over again, and I would really like some guidance with the conversation. Okay, I'm gonna break your world for a second. You're a woman and she is a woman. See, when the older you get, see, you don't want your. I feel, if I had a daughter or a son, my only wish for both of them is that neither of them dated men. That would be my wish. I don't get to control that. I don't get to control their sexuality. But if I did, I would make sure that they both date women, because I don't know why anyone is attracted to a man. That is just beyond science and reason. I cannot believe there are species of humans out there who are attracted to men. And I'm going to be honest with you. If your parents aren't homophobic and you came out as bisexual, I don't think you bringing a woman over is going to be a big deal at all. Probably if you brought a man home, it was a bigger deal than the woman. Because everyone likes women, but it's weird if you're sexually attracted to men. That we all can agree that is fucking weird. It's okay that you are, folks. If you are attracted to a man, I am sorry, but it's okay. I accept you. I accept your sexuality of being attracted to men. It's gotta suck though, but it is. It's fine. You know what? Love who you want to love. That's what Jesus said, right? It's in the Bible somewhere. But I'm going to be honest with you. Your parents are probably not going to care that much, especially if they're not super Christian, homophobic, and you've already come out as bisexual. I think you might just be nervous. It's nerve-wracking introducing like someone to your parents. Like I think all the time, the situation of, who I would, things are going good right now. You know who you should meet? Tim and Nancy Schwegler. I feel like since things are going good, let's just ruin it. Let's just ruin it all at once right now. Then the Everybody Loves Raymond music starts playing. Dun 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 dun. But no, so I guarantee you, I'm going to tell you this right now. I guarantee your parents won't care. It's just probably nerve-wracking introducing your parents in a relationship, and since this is your first girlfriend, nice. You're just nervous. You'll be fine though. I believe in you. I believe in you, champ. This one's interesting. Help! I feel so guilty for dating two guys at once. So I am not normally the type to date different people at the same time. I've been quite lucky in the past where I've met someone and it progressed accordingly. However, today I'm at a crossroads and having anxiety and OCD doesn't help matters. That sentence looked way too long for me to say. I will be making up these names for the purposes of this explanation. 2 weeks ago, I met Harry. There was an instant spark, had a lovely first kiss, and arranged another date where we had a movie night. It was lovely. However, over the weekend, he went a bit ghost mode, only texted me twice each day, and it was never, how are you? How's your shifts/work? You don't remember how commas work. It was all about him. He even kept sending selfies of himself on iMessage. Now, I'm not sure if this was a convo starter, but it kind of came across an egocentric. Like he wanted to be fed compliments during the weekend. He was active on social media, posting lots of stories with the football being on, etc. However, didn't reply to any of my texts. I was starting to think it was going to fizzle. Now on the back burners, should we say another guy called Francis. Francis was quite traditional and was wanting to take me out on a dinner date. And even though I was not putting my full effort into replying as my attention was on Harry, he continued to put in lots of effort. I was on night shifts and he would text always asking if I'm okay and how I'm doing. He's always also out partying with the football and still able to do this. With some encouragement from my friend, I agreed to go on a date with him. I normally wouldn't do this due to the associated guilt I'd feel from seeing two guys. Francis got me flowers and we had a lovely first day. At the end, we had a kiss, which to be honest wasn't as sparky as the one with Harry. We got a bit carried away. Nothing happened, but there was lots of touching.
And I really like that.
When I got home, I felt extremely guilty as me and Harry organized to meet on Sunday. How can I face him after going on a date with someone else? Am I a bad person? Do I tell him? The worst part is I'd happily see Francis again too. Do I continue to see them both? What do? I feel like if I see Harry on Sunday, I'll end up eating myself alive with guilt and telling him about the date. Am I a bad person? So, very interesting situation. So we got Harry. We're going to assume you're from not the United States because you were interested in what y'all people call football, what we call soccer. So let's continuing the story, I would say here. Harry is a little 50-50, I would say. I don't know if he's fully ride or die, which is an EP by me that is out now wherever you streaming music. But I think Francis could be a ride or die. So my heart always wants to go for these underdogs in these like love stories. I think Francis was you kissed, but there wasn't a spark. I think you see Harry in a you would think more highly of Harry, but like Francis is like a safe guy, but Harry's like the bad boy or whatever. Or he's probably not a bad boy. He probably has a different vibe, like a fuckboy type vibe. He's like the guy you want to change to be better. But Francis is already like that better guy already. And you're like, maybe I could change Harry to be more like Francis. I'm like, why don't you just fucking date Francis? And how did you come up with the name Francis as the name? That's like, I know some Francises, but I'm like, at the same time, like, this is your fake name. It's Francis. I don't know. that, with all that information, I would say here, so it sounds like you do like Harry more than Francis. However, you got to see if Harry is really worthwhile. Because in my mind saying no, he's not. But because I'd like to see you with Francis. I can't believe you named the fake name Francis. So you gotta see, because I sound like you do like Harry more. So you gotta see if Harry's even worth it to begin with, and then decide from there. Another thing to be said, you are not a bad person, because you are not official Ride or Dies with either of them, which is, Ride or Die Volumes 1 and 2 are out now on Spotify, Apple, Tidal, wherever you stream music at, folks. It's just, that's where it is, and you know what?
And I really like that.
And also, I can say at the end of the day, you are going to have to go with your gut on Francis versus Harry. But hopefully it's Francis. I think Francis is going to be the best. Is going to be the best choice overall in the end. But in the end, it doesn't even matter. I had to fall to lose it all. All right, next question. I am a virgin and hesitant to have sex. I am in a 2-year relationship with my boyfriend, and we have never had sex before. We're both virgins, and he's more than ready to have sex, but I'm not. He's been waiting for me to be ready, and we openly talk about this, and I always tell him I do have a desire to have sex already, but I'm just scared. I grew up poor with a family that basically ruined their own lives by having a ton of kids at a young age, and I'm terrified of ruining my life like that. All the women in my family involve themselves with toxic men, so now they're stuck in miserable relationships where they rely on men, and so now I'm determined to be the complete opposite of my family. Right now, I have so much going on that the last thing I want to be worrying about is whether I'm pregnant or not, because my anxiety is bad enough when it comes to those things. I'm also afraid of having sex will become extremely distracting in general. I told him I would feel more comfortable having sex when I'm more financially stable, but that's definitely going to be a while from now. I feel like I'm being dramatic. My whole perspective towards sex is messed up because of the way I grew up. I literally have already done stuff with him in place of sex, like oral sex.
And I really like that.
I trust my boyfriend a lot, and I know he would never do anything to hurt me. I have put so much pressure on myself my entire life to not lose my virginity to meet the perfect guy, and so I constantly worry I will regret it if I do it with him. I even sometimes question if I even love him as much as I think I do. I've stopped myself from having sex with him for this long. I don't know what to think anymore. I have never talked to anyone about this, and I seriously need advice. I don't know what's stopping me, and I don't know if I should continue waiting. Should I just stop overthinking and do it? Okay. So if you've listened to the show before, I will say that you're putting sex on this pedestal. Now, sex is great and all, but it sounds like you have a negative view towards sex. I would say you might have it. So when you think of sex, you think like you're worried super hard on a pregnancy scare. So let's go with that. With the pregnancy scare. Go to a doctor, maybe an OBGYN, try out some birth control, see if like your body adjusts to it accordingly. Because if you're on birth control and you're smart about it, you won't have kids. Or you can get an IUD, stuff like that. I'm also not a woman. You may need to talk to another woman about this. They may be better. But some women, like birth control doesn't always work well for them. So in that case, just figure out birth control. Now, because if you understand your birth control, making sure everything here, what you can do is, make sure that the aisle is called family planning at Walmart and has condoms because you're planning to not have a family because fuck that. Yeah, so that's the thing. Just try to figure out a birth control solution for you. That way the whole worry about having a child, getting pregnant, is not going to be a problem for you. That's something I would definitely suggest. And worst case scenario, you can just abort the baby. It's not that bad. or actually never had an abortion. I don't know why I should be saying it, but we make abortion sound bad. It's probably not that bad. Just don't give the baby a name. I would say that. Just don't give the baby a name before you kill it. That being said, but it also sounds like you've been with this guy for 2 years. You feel safe with him. So you're at that. And like your worry is that it's like you only want to have sex with like the perfect guy and like the person you love with your whole entire life. I'm going to tell you something. They're probably not going to be thinking the same way. Even like very religious people do not think the same way. Will be like that, who are like, I'm going to see myself to marriage. And then we're like, I made a mistake and I had sex before marriage. I'm like, it's not a big deal. You're probably putting your virginity and like your body count as on like a pedestal, and like it's a trophy for you. Like, you need to stop thinking like that. I know men need to stop thinking like that because we see women as prizes and objects, which we should not do because women are great. And because women give blowjobs. I mean, men do too, but I would rather get one from a woman. That's why I think women are great. So, you first figure out your birth control situation, because it sounds like you don't know fucking anything about that. You should probably just like, oh, the only method that we know of in my neighborhood is the pull-out method. And then it's like, guys, like, but I want a warm place to come. And anyway, so yeah, you really, you're comfortable with him. You gotta stop thinking of sex so highly, I guess, in your head. And it's like, what if we don't end up together? What if I regret one day having sex with you? Like, you probably shouldn't be with him to begin with, honestly. You're gonna regret fucking shit. Because a lot of times you can think about like your exes and you're like, you know what, it didn't work out, but we had some good times together. But maybe you don't like them, maybe you do, and maybe you should put out. But you're giving them blowjobs, so at least you're kind of cool there. I think that's all I'm gonna have to say on that, because I don't know where else I'm going. Okay. Ooh, looks like we're on our last question for the evening, folks. So don't worry, we're almost done with this shit. Girl says she has no feelings for me, but acts weird.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Basically, this girl is a friend of a friend. We started hanging out together, and as soon as she found out I am a lesbian, I am super feminine, and it isn't noticeable. She started flirting with me, like, seriously. She chased me the same way straight guys chase girls. I always turned her down, didn't pay much attention to it because she's straight, and I've had lots of straight girls mess with me, even though I was indeed attracted to her. Finally, I did end up giving in when she kissed me. I didn't push her away. We hook up. She immediately tells me this is just physical fun for her, nothing more. I tell her I'm okay with that. I notify her I plan on doing my thing, and she can do her thing. We agree. The issue is that she literally seems to not be okay with me seeing other girls. She has tried to sabotage my dates when she got the chance, going on my phone and writing that I have a girlfriend to the person acting like my girlfriend when we go out and I talk to girls, etc. I confronted her multiple times in this, and she just says she's joking. She doesn't actually care about my life. She does that to mess with me. We have been sleeping together for 3 months, but days ago, I ended that because she wouldn't stop interfering with my life. When I told her in person my decision, she screamed at me and through my phone said I use people and then throw them away, which is absolutely not true. I asked her if she has feelings for me and else can this behavior. She said I am totally crazy and self-absorbed to think that. It was the first time I ever asked that, and I did because she wasn't acting the right way. Anyway, she literally murdered me with words saying my ego is too big and that she has zero feelings for me. She blocked me on all social media, but then today she reached out again and asked me to come over, probably to sleep together. What exactly should I do here? If she has no feelings for me, why is she acting like that? I mean, I only thought men didn't notice this shit, but apparently women have the same problem. She does have feelings for you, dude. Bro, daddy. I've been using, like, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I've been using daddy as a gender-neutral term. So, she does have feelings for you. It started out, I think she did at first. So, she says she's straight. So, I'm gonna make an educated guess. Hypothetically, I'm gonna go Ben Shapiro. Hypothetically, if she is a straight girl, but even though she's flirting with you the same way guys flirt with women, hypothetically, of course, and she hooks up with you, but she says it's just physical, hypothetically, I can't do this anymore. What I will say from what it fucking sounds like, yeah, she definitely has feelings for you. She says she's straight, and so I'm assuming she didn't fully understand her sexuality, but what did find you attractive. So I guess she wanted to hook up, but she didn't want to be in a relationship because in her mind, she probably was like, you know, I can hook up with her, but that doesn't make me a lesbian or bisexual or gay or whatever, you know, whatever. You know, it's like we can hook up, but it's not a problem. And then she caught feelings. She got them big old feelings.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
She caught the big old feelings, and now guess what?
What you ready to get fucked up?
Because you don't want her in her life anymore. I don't know. I think she may want a relationship with you, but I don't think she's in denial of herself. All I have to say in this situation, I do think she's still having problems with her sexuality or questioning it in some way. I'll say because she started hooking up, and I guess she likes hooking up with you. So, but she's still not probably coming out as like, I'm bisexual, I'm a lesbian, blah, 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 whatever. But she's denying it, but then now she has feelings for you and could actually see her being an item with you. And she does not know what to do because I don't think she understands her sexuality. Which, I mean, you can't, it's hard to figure that shit out, but now you're caught in the middle of it. Yeah, all I have to say is like, well, you're acting. I think I had to tell a girl once. I'm like, are you mad at me or something? And she's like, no, why? And she had a boyfriend or whatever. And I was like, well, because you're kind of acting like a crazy girlfriend, and we're not dating, and you have a boyfriend. So unless you want to leave your boyfriend, and when you want to try out, you might need to stop that shit. So, maybe tell her like, look, I don't have feelings for you, so you got to figure your shit out before we move further, because one night stands don't really work out if someone has feelings for another person. Hey, little girl, is your daddy home? Did he go and leave you all alone? Oh, yeah. I got a bad desire. Oh, I'm on fire. So, hey, thank you for checking out that highlight from Cancel Schweezy. Now, I hope your brain cells don't hurt. We got more highlights available now everywhere. We also got more full episodes as well. If you want to watch a full episode of Cancel Schweezy, available now, right here, right now, available now. If you liked everything, make sure you subscribe to the channel. That way you get notified when new highlights and episodes come up. And leave a comment, like, and stay awesome.